Can you hear
Hey,
me?
I can, yeah. How's it going?
Good, good. Yeah, great.
How
How are
was
you?
class?
It's good. It's still going on around me. Just not my class. So yeah.
Oh, what
So
do
if
you
you hear
teach?
random if you, music,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So if you hear random guitars and drums and things like that, don't panic. It's just
Oh,
kids.
I won't. Yeah, that's what I love. I'm a music fan, so if I hear that, I'm happy.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
I have to say, I really love the video that you guys made for Paper Skies. It's full of
oh,
comedy,
thank you.
which I love. That's my favorite genre. So
Oh,
seems like you
Oh,
great.
guys
awesome.
had
Thank
a
you.
blast making it.
Yeah. It was definitely when we started talking about it. Actually, if I just take one step back, that all kind of spurred from doing a silly voiceover at the beginning of the song. You've probably heard the
Oh
crazy
yeah.
voiceover. Like the song was always meant to be tongue in cheek for sure, but I think the ideas started coming for the video, and yes, it was a lot of fun to film, and I'm glad we did it from that little voiceover because we were like, oh yeah, we could take this somewhere and do a video. So we had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it definitely tied in perfectly.
I remember actually when we recorded that part, like I had come back to the studio, and Terry had already sort of just laid that out for fun, and we sort of said, "Oh, we should keep it." And I remember at the end he said, "Nobody really cares," and I said, "No, no, we've got to be really Aussie here and say nobody gives a shit," and that would be hilarious.
So that's part of like the Aussie lingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're not too swear heavy our band, but in Australia, yeah, you meet some people who every second word is that word. But
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say we're super Aussie either. Hey, we're Australian, but we're not really Aussie Aussie. But yeah, you definitely meet a lot of those people here for
it's interesting. Jesse's had comments saying that he sounds a bit English. I've had comments like in our songs, and I sound American when I sing. Apparently, even though right now I sound real nasal.
I always
sure.
found that so bizarre how yeah, a lot of British singers, they sound you don't hear their accent when they sing, but then when they
Right.
talk, it's like
Yeah,
night and day.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
international accent or something like that. Everyone seems to sing, and then you hear like a German, performer start singing in English, and they sound American. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Swedish people, they are so good at sounding American. I don't know what it is.
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Are you good at doing American accents?
Jesse's good.
Oh,
I think
yeah. Sorry, what's that, Terry? What did you say?
I would say you guys can't hear the baby in the background, can you? At the moment, there's a baby
No.
in the background. Don't know whose it is. But
Oh, I was going to say, is it yours?
no, it's just loud. I'll go for a walk. But Jesse's quite good at voices because you did quite a bit of drama, Jesse, as well. So
Yeah, I did a bit of acting like in high school and stuff. So whenever I want to annoy people, and my classes, like my students, if I really want to piss them off, I'll just talk in an American accent or something like that
I want to hear it.
and just not give up. Yeah,
stay aligned, Jesse.
American right now. In this Zoom call, I'm currently in one of the practice studios, just waiting. So that way I don't get bothered by any of my students.
I heard the talk though, Jesse. I heard your speech. That was really good. I just
Yeah, for a second I lost both of you,
Wow.
so
probably best
Okay. So
best
it was terrible
impression.
anyway.
well, I see you guys have a upcoming release show. What can people expect from that?
COVID restrictions. Um,
I think
Yeah, I
I
guess
think
it's better than
it's
nothing.
been a while since we've played like a full band show. So the last proper, and I'm talking like drums, bass, guitar, full vocals. It was what, May last year or March last year because of all the COVID stuff. We've done a couple of acoustic shows this year with some other groups, but nothing like our sort of sound. And I think, yeah, there's a lot of fans that are pretty keen about being able to hear not just this new song, but a lot of our other stuff. And the song that we released last year, Someone, I think a lot of people wanted to hear that more, but we literally only got to play it once live because COVID just sort of said, no, you can't do that. So we literally have played that once live, and that was only released last year as well. So I'm pretty sure that fans will be pretty keen to just go, that's new music, new music.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure everyone's going to be excited, not just to, see live music again, but to hear your new music.
No, it'll be good. It's definitely a step in. Like these songs are, we recorded a song which is similar taste, and this song Paper Skies has got that edge to it, and like you said, a bit of comedy to it. So it's fun. It's fun to play new stuff as well. Like so the fans can actually come to the show and go, okay, we might be seeing a little bit of a new Lost Nights tonight, which is cool. So.
Oh, very exciting! And you guys have new merch too. I saw.
Yeah, Imprint.
Yeah, game changer. You go, Terry. You know more about this than me.
Oh, well, there's this company called Imprint, and they were just a subtle plug, but they're great. Like that, I can for once make designs for like our shirts and upload them to their back end, and they have them ready in less than a day, ready to print. And it's incredible because we're used to the last 7 years of being a band, being the Lost Nights. We've had to be really careful of what we print to make sure we can sell it, because we have to, in order to make a sort of profit, we have to order somewhere between 50 to 100 shirts, and that's not the case with Imprint. It's just one-off shirts. So finally, people can enjoy some styles that we've had in the bank for a long time, like in the back pocket, I mean. But we just haven't been able to do it because there's too much risk, too much money to buy a lump of shirts and hopefully sell them all. So.
Yeah, it's like a big upfront cost. That's like, and like I said, we could spend, let's say, $800, and we know that we have to sell, 30 of those t-shirts straight away to just break even. And of course, again, during COVID, you're not really selling any shirts or anything like that, or not as much. So to have this, to make like, if somebody wants a design, and Terry can just whip up a cool design, upload it to the site, and someone goes, hey, I want that. Then they go, cool, make it, order it, send it to that person. They take a cut, and then they send us our cut, and it's just, oh my God, so much better.
It's so good. It's super cool.
Because most people, I feel like they buy merch at shows, and if you're not doing any shows during COVID, then there's kind of a risk involved.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. And the more money we can,
we definitely still have more shirts available for show, but
No, they look really cool.
Oh, there'll be more coming, don't you worry.
Perfect. And what would you say is like the most memorable show you have played so far throughout the Lost Nights career?
I think quite recently would be our supporting act with Valhalla. We had we really made a connection with their band and had a lot of fun. We did do 2 shows with them, but we played on the Sunshine Coast, and everyone was just having a great time, screaming, yelling, dancing, getting a little bit ditzy on the alcohol. It was good fun.
I think I'd say for me, like that was obviously a lot of fun, and it was great to be playing shows again. But I think like most memorable for me would be when we played supported Skillet, which is an American band. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard of Skillet.
And they were and they came here, and we supported them at Eaton's Hill in Brisbane, which is a huge venue. And I often sort of tell some of my students this, like when you've been performing as long as I have, you kind of don't get nervous anymore. Like you don't, it's just sort of like, there we go. But that show, when we were in the green room, there was like an iPad up on the wall, and it was connected to a camera, which was facing where the audience was going to be. And at one point, while I was just restringing my guitar, I looked up at it, and I just saw the masses of people, and I went, oh, okay. and that was just amazing show, great crowd. Really cool.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm sure it got the adrenaline pumping.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, 100%. When I went on stage to like when I connected my stuff on stage, as you're walking on, the crowd is right there, and I'm just like, no, don't look at them, just go do that, and then yeah, so that was good.
Oh, that's awesome. And what it seems like there's so many awesome bands coming out of Australia right now. Are there any current bands that you're really digging at the moment?
there are. You're absolutely right. I'm. I think I love the way she's been around for a little bit. Amy Shark. I listened to her latest album, and I'm not sure if she's actually Melbourne or Sydney. Jesse might be able to help me out there. She might have actually been originally Brisbane. Anyway, losing track. Loving her latest album that she dropped this year. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. And yeah, that I couldn't agree with you more with saying there's some awesome artists come. And to do a show with her, I think would be a good fit if we just play some of the stuff. Maybe we could get away playing Paper Skies with her. I don't know. I haven't think one with her band yet, but that would be on the wish list for sure.
I'll have to check her out.
Oh yeah,
Amy
definitely. You won't be disappointed. It's good.
How about you, Jesse?
Oh look, I listen to so much music that it's hard to pinpoint like my
It
favorites.
doesn't
But
have to be Australian. It could be like
I mean,
from anywhere.
okay. Well, right now I'm actually really digging. I think he's American actually. This guy called Jake Scott, and he's a solo performer. But I'm in love with his lyrics. Like he's one of those songwriters it's really honest, like honest stuff, like the kind of lyrics that you feel like he'd be telling his closest person in his life about this, what's happened to him or what's happened to a family member or a friend. Like the kind of words that he uses, like, and that's, I guess, being a music teacher too, I don't really listen to music and just listen to it anymore. I sort of always sort of analyze it and go, oh, yeah, like that. Yeah, so he's really good. But just thinking now, Australian band. Obviously, I've always loved Tonight Alive. They're an Australian band. They haven't been doing too much lately, but they're sort of in our genre as well, and they're really cool. Like very sort of like Paramore type of sound. Really
You know what? That name sounds familiar. I think maybe a friend might have showed me them.
Yeah. Well, they are pretty popular, so yeah, I'm sure you would have heard of them.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they played in Boston, but
Probably.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah,
I've done.
Yeah.
But that was probably obviously before COVID, and they dropped some killer albums around 4 years ago, which I'm pretty sure I saw some posts on Facebook, and they weren't in Australia anymore. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and is there like a specific city that you're really hoping to go to?
Mm,
Is this in Australia or or out of Australia?
Like if you could perform anywhere in the world, is there like one city that you would love to go to?
To be honest, I would love to play in somewhere in like New Orleans. I've always loved like I've never been, but I've always loved the idea, the aspect of New Orleans. It's just a music town, like either that or Nashville, just because it's just those places you go
Nashville's
there
cool.
and everybody there just, it's music, like music is their life. So you can just tell that they would come out and really appreciate what they hear. So I feel like if you went to a place like Nashville or New Orleans and played and somebody said to you, you're shit, then you go, okay, I'm shit.
You just
Or if they
respect
said,
their
wow,
opinion.
that's incredible. Yeah, then you go, oh, wow, okay, that's what a compliment to say that's incredible from these types of people. Yeah, I would say those.
Nice.
we've played many of the same places in our time as being in bands, because we were in bands before the Lost Nights too. But in the Lost Nights, we've played the different states in Australia. But for sure, I haven't even given that much thought because I'm just so used to, I guess, money restrictions as well. But if
I think we've sort of always said Perth. Hey, like Perth would be a sick place to play, but it's so far. It's really,
That's in
if
like
you look at a map,
Western Australia, right? Southwest.
yeah,
Australia?
if you look at a map of Australia, it's like, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, LA, they're all over here, and Perth is like somewhere over there.
But you got it in one. Like that was Perth crossed my mind when you asked the question. I was like, I don't know what kind of crowd we would pull either, because I've checked out where people are listening to us, and there's not a lot in Western Australia, but maybe if we actually went one day, we'd have more there. So
Huh. Yeah,
You're gonna hear a really loud bell go off in a second. This just don't panic again. It's just lunchtime, so I'm all good.
I hope I'm not taking you away from your class.
No. It's all good. I made time for this. It's all good. I'm just letting you know in case you're like sitting going, is the building on fire or something?
Oh, okay. Hopefully not. Well, being a music teacher, are you really into music theory and all that, or are you kind of against it?
Yeah, I like it all. I like it all, but I also am of the opinion, and I tell a lot of my students that you don't have to have a great amount of music theory knowledge to be able to be a great musician. It's just about diligence, and hard work. But I do also tell them that, a lot of them, to find a way to play a song, they go on YouTube tutorial, play this piano part or whatever. And, when you're recording music now, it's so easy. The press of a button on a laptop can change from a violin to a cello to a clarinet. But I say to them, that's all well and good, but if everybody chooses the easy way out and does that, then in 50 to 100 years, we actually will not have any more proper musicians. It'll be dead. Like the art will be gone.
Yeah.
And then we'll be in big trouble. So I often have that conversation with them. So I said, even though it's great, and I don't just ram theory down their throats, I do let them see the relevance of it, and they often want to learn it as well. So.
Yeah, that's true, because I feel like a lot of my favorite classic rock musicians didn't go to music school. They kind of just learned from, watching other musicians and kind of developing their own style.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and I hope we don't lose that.
Oh
no, same. Absolutely.
That would be super sad. Well, when I mentioned Valhalla before, we played with this band, and you can all like grown up with these strange instruments. They had mandolins, pan flutes, cellos on the stage, and we got to front them recently, and that opened my mind and just like thinking, oh wow, we normally play with just rock bands or acoustic bands. It's so refreshing to see different instruments on stage and still pull a metal crowd they were pulling, which is cool because typically they're metal, but they play very folk music to soften it up for a different side of their fans. But that was really cool, and for that I can understand what Jesse's saying. That would be very sad to see that slowly disappearing.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember the name of the band, but a friend showed me them, and they were including some like traditional indigenous, if I can say that word right, indigenous instruments. And I can't remember if it was Australian or not. Maybe it was the didgeridoo or something.
Yeah.
But it was like a rock band, but they incorporated this instrument into their music, and it sounded really cool.
That's cool.
I still got to find a way to incorporate didgeridoo into our music because I love to play it. But
yeah, you play it, don't you, Terry? You actually know how to play didgeridoo.
Oh, you do?
I had a couple. Still got one, and I learned how to circular breathe. My dad taught me because he was obsessed with learning how to do that. So I can play non-stop, but yeah, I'm not sure if it fits the Lost Nights yet. Maybe I can.
Maybe not yet. Yeah, but it's kind of cool to come across these new genres, I guess you could say, just people kind of incorporating different sounds to
absolutely
stand out. But yeah, Paper Skies, I should say. Sorry, I was combining your band name with the song title, Paper Skies. Yeah, I just love the chorus. It's like very catchy and melodic. Who comes up with the melodies?
Jesse and I share that very heavily now. I feel like at the beginning stages, the band used to lean on me a fair bit, but now we borrow each other's brains quite a lot when it comes to at the end of the day, people ask me, who wrote the lyrics? I say it's quite murky now.
Yeah.
Even Daniel
And even Dan, even Daniel, the drummer, will have an input of lyrics and say, "Oh, let's say that instead." So I think literally on all our platforms, we just go written by Lost Guys because it is true. It's a little bit of everybody, which is awesome too, because it means that because we've all got our own inspirations. You know, like Terry likes to listen to kind of music. Daniel likes super heavy music. I like a little poppy stuff here and there as well. So it's cool to just sort of incorporate all that. But one thing that we do early on with songwriting as well is Terry will, if he gets an idea, a melody idea, he'll sort of just quickly whip out his phone, record it on his phone, and then send it to me. They sound terrible quality wise, but it's what creates this stuff. Like I'll hear him talking, and I can also hear the crows in the background, or his kids going off, or like if he's walking to work and he's walking really fast, I can hear him breathing as well while he's trying to sing this part. But it all ends up, it's great. I laugh at it, but then it all ends up in the final product. Like it's all, and when you listen back and you have memories and you go, that line there, I remember him singing that to me and there was a chainsaw in the background or something. Like it's just, songwriting doesn't always happen, step by step by step, all in the studio. It can happen
very spontaneously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of it comes down to if we did this full time as a job, a lot of these voice memos of my kids screaming and stuff like that, but me singing cool stuff would actually turn into songs. But time is limited and money is limited, and that's probably a bit of the essence of Paper Skies. Like we actually say some lines saying that there's lyrics in our phones that'll never leave our phone. But and I'm sure we've got, if we wrote 100 songs, I'm sure we've got 10 crackers in there rather than just one. But we don't do this for full time, so it's it is hard to make it to the top when you don't do it full time. So it's Paper Skies is a bit of a stand for that.
Huh. Yeah, it's definitely like a big sacrifice that you have to make. And I remember Freddie Mercury saying that, like, he had to make the decision to, give up everything else to do music because it's like you said, a full-time job. If you want to make it to the top, you have to throw everything else to the side.
Yeah, and I think we definitely early on we definitely did a bit of that. Like when Lost Nights first begun, we were definitely a lot more involved heavily, day by day. And then after a few years, we just sort of, obviously we all got busy with families and work and stuff like that. But we just kept going. We just thought, well, why do we like doing this? We just love music. We're not in it for money. We're not in it for fame. And that's another part about Paper Skies that sort of comes out in it too, is we've seen a lot of bands that came up with us, like we're starting at the same point, and we've just seen them sort of drop off and die and split up and all along the way, because I feel like they were in it for the fame or they were in it for the money, not just because they just love writing music and recording and performing. So Terry has a saying that he always says to us whenever we see another band or another artist on Facebook or Instagram say, "Hey guys, I'm wrapping up, I'm stopping." I'll expect a text from Terry that just says one word. It says pillars. And so what he says is you make a band with strong pillars, and we are the 3 strong pillars that just hold everything together. Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
it's like with that, I think because I'm a lot older than I used to be when I started my first band when I was like 18, and it was all about like speed and hurrying up and getting music out and getting heard and getting as many shows as you could, shows every week. Now we take it at a pace where like, wow, if we actually just realize that we have families and houses and things like that, and realize that it is hard to make it and accept that, and make sure we're still having so much fun and together and writing music, we can actually go, okay, cool. We may not be releasing as many songs as everybody else, but we love what we're releasing and we love what we're doing and we have fun doing it. As long as everyone's happy, we'll have these strong pillars and we'll always be a band to the day we can't even, walk by ourselves anymore. So
no, I think that's the important thing, is that you're having fun and you're making music that you're proud of.
Yeah.
So what's next for the band that people can be on the lookout for?
Whoa. What should I give away?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like,
We do
So
have
it's a secret.
we do have a special release coming out. I'll say soon. I won't give away the date, but we got a bit of celebrating to do of our time together, and that actually is a great segue from the Pillars chat that we were just doing. We just thought we would have a bit of a celebration and go, wow, we've hit 7 years this year and we're still going strong, and we're still having I won't swear, a lot of fun. And
Freaking say a shitload.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we thought we'll celebrate by this next release, and you'll see that soon. So yeah, we can get online and chat again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely our most. We're very active this year, so we got a lot of stuff coming out. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and this next thing was it just took a little bit of organizing from behind the computer and things like that. Didn't take too much heading out videos and things like that, if that gives away anything, but we were get that out. We were able to get that sorted. Not out. It's not out yet, but for fans. So, and I'm pretty sure they're going to love it. So, am I being vague enough? Is it?
No,
Yeah,
that's
pretty vague.
perfect. That left
Pretty vague.
enough
It's good.
suspense. That was perfect. Do you guys do surfing?
I used to surf.
I feel like that's the one thing people think of.
People
one
think
of the
of
things
no.
people
Well,
think of when it comes to Australia, surfing.
Terry and I, we haven't done it for a little while now, but we are actually better at skimboarding than surfing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
That's our thing.
My friends and family used to get in on making these skimboards out of plywood, and we'd cut the shape out and soak them in water and put a bend in them, just like a sort of skateboard, without wheels. And we've got a lot of beautiful beaches that end up, when the tide's going out, the water's quite shallow and very widthy from the beach to the ocean. So you can just run around on what looks like sort of like an plane and just throw this board down and skim. No waves involved, just running and just zooming along on these things. It's quite fun, but it's a good exercise.
Oh, that sounds really fun. I want to go to the beach now. Well, guys, I really appreciate your time. It's been a blast chatting, and really excited for what you guys have coming up.
Likewise.
Yeah, great to talk. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you
All right. Enjoy your day.
All right, Jen.
All right.
Thank you.